What up, everybody? How's it going? It's another Rollin with Lola. How's it going, Passion?
It's going good. I'm here.
Passion's rolling with Lola tonight. I know I said I was going to do new creators, and that Passion here's got a new project, but he's definitely not new to the scene, are you?
No, been here a long time, too long.
So how you been, man? How you been?
Good, just a little tired, launching a book, getting this book all together. It's a lot of work. So
I can imagine. Why don't you tell us a little bit about like what got you started in this and like what you've done around here?
oh geez. You mean like CG in general or just fundraising or comics or
Well, let's start with CG.
okay. I've been in CG 4 years. It's my fourth year.
But it
So
feels like 40, right?
yeah.
I've been here 5 and it feels like 50. So
Yeah. But it's been about 4 years, 2018, I think, right around there. So I came into it. I was a fan of a lot of the streams and stuff, and got involved. Just fell into it. I was doing art. I was an independent artist before that, and started getting involved, and decided to do my own project. I did a coloring book first, and then a comic, Doomfist, and then I've worked on a couple other comics, uh, namely Raging Golden Eagles Blade Devil, which is actually going out shipping here soon, and Grave Robbers. So I've been in and out. I've been on tons of streams. Used to host my own show for a little while, but now I'm too busy doing other stuff like this. And then just try to get around as much as I can. Most everybody knows who I am. Been around a while. One of the OG, the old days person that was here for the rough parts of CG. So we survived.
we came out on the other side, right?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm still here.
Rocking. So I know you've done other fantasy books.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you're really good in the fantasy genre, which is why I'm really excited to talk about this new one that you just launched on Wednesday. I'm gonna pull it up here real quick and we can get into
whip it out. I'm sure a lot of people say that to you, Lola. Whip it out.
Not normally. We see it.
Boom. What's up, Amanda? What's up, John? In chat.
Yeah,
Yes,
we got a great chat over here. Let's see. We got Pops. What's up, Pops?
I got a message, Pops.
Oh yeah, you definitely. He's got a CromCon coming up the 25th through the 27th, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if he's booked up or not, but I'll message him.
Definitely get in touch with him. What's up, Pell Rider? Red dress mailing list. What? Chris is gonna come after you, Pell Rider. You keep fucking with him.
Yeah, I gotta get with Jason too. I'll send you a DM too. I got a list of people I gotta send stuff to. It's a lot. My secretary's out for the month.
She says passion.
I'm gonna be using Amanda. Her quote is gonna be going on the next Doomfist too. It was her quote was. I asked her how she liked Doomfist. She said it was better than Cyberfrog. That's gonna be her quote. You said that.
That's definitely a quotable quote right there.
Yep.
So. What's up, John and Brian? So let's talk about Tales of Noveterra. What made you want to do this one?
Well, I always, as a kid, I always liked, fantasy magazines like Savage Sword of Conan and those kind of things. I was like sword and sorcery stuff. I like Dungeons and Dragons. So when I did Doomfist, which was my story, there was characters in it, and they had more backstory to them. But there was no way I was going to be able to fit it all in one book. So I had these extra stories that I wanted to tell, and then I had a whole world I was starting to flesh out. And I wanted to do a project that could cover that and start expanding the world, and I want to do role-playing games and stuff too. And this is kind of a jumping off point, bring some of that old school stuff back and start bringing the role-playing aspect into my IP. and expand Doomfist out into the bigger world that's it's part of, and that's what this is for. And if you just like fantasy stuff, you don't have to have read Doomfist to get this magazine. It's a good jumping off point for you. Or if you already read it, you're going to want to go back and reread it again after you read this, because it fleshes out the characters and fills in some stuff that it'll make the characters pop out more for you.
Now, speaking of Doomfist, do you have a catch-up tier on here for this?
Yeah, there's it's called the Epic tier. You get the original first edition copy, and you get it's limited supply. There's 5 in the add-ons too, if you just want just kind of the book. But this one's got some prints from the campaign originally, and it's got the book, and then you get the deluxe tier, which is the one that comes with all the stretch goals and a sketch card by me of a random character from the book. So you yeah, there is a catch-up tier, but that's a limited supply. That's the last of my Doomfist copy. I held a box to the side. It's my last of them. So until Doomfist 2, where I reprint. What's that?
I said, go buy them, people, and get them.
Yeah, they're good. You can read one. If you do get this, you can read one before the other or after. It doesn't matter. So
awesome, man. Who's the artist on this cover?
On that one,
Yeah.
it's Ink Spots painted it, and I did the pencils. So, but he did most of the work. So, it's his,
Now, are the interiors color or just the cover?
The whole thing is black and white.
Okay.
And it's just but it's magazine size, so it's 8.5 by 11. So it's bigger than a floppy or a graphic novel. So it's thicker and a little bit longer. So we went a little more girth and a little more length, Lola.
There we go.
Yes.
That's what a girl likes to hear. Now, is this the first story in there, or? Yeah,
this is the first story. It's called Spite Your Face. This is about a character called Armis. He's in Doomfist. This when he's younger, and this by Pat Max and Doodlebags. And he's kind of like my Conan the Barbarian stand-in guy. So
Doodlebags' art, man, has gotten so good.
Oh, Unhinged back number 54 on this. Thank you, dude. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Jason.
Now, Passion, I got a question.
Yeah.
What age would you put on this book?
This is this is why I put this in there. This is as sexy as it gets.
Okay.
So this is stuff you would see in Conan anyway, and that was not for kids.
Right.
So I would say it's not PG-13. I'd say it's like a soft R. There's a lot of, as you can see with Joe's here. That's why I put these 2 first, to kind of give everybody an idea what the level of skin and the level of violence that's in the book. It's not for little kids. Okay.
I can see that. I was trying to get how much nudity are we gonna get?
No, this is it. This is the sexiest page out of the whole book.
Like I said though, Doodlebags is doing awesome with his art. Like,
yeah. But there's no straight up nudity here. So some side boobs and butt.
And you said you got the Joe Ball.
The Joe Ball, yes. Joe Ball doing a big 7 pages of armies and things and monsters just killing each other and stuff like that. It's a pretty amazing story. He did a fantastic job, and only Joe Ball could have done that. Once you read that story, you'll be like, yeah, I can't see anybody else doing this. No other artist would have probably, like the idea I had behind this story, no other artist would have done it, I don't think.
Well, that detail, man, yeah. He's just so detailed.
This is one of the tamer pages.
Ugh. I can't imagine, like, in his mind when he's drawing, like, all the detail and how long it takes him.
Yeah, oh yeah, I think he probably buys ink pens by the case.
All right, tell me a little bit about this artist, Alan Alonso.
Yes, sorry about my dog. It's Alan Alonso, How Comics. He worked with Magic Cop and Lost Pages. So he's done some side stories for them and some art and stuff. He's really good. He also did the logo for this. Alan Alonso's like a secret gem. He's fantastic artist, really good, really good line work and everything else, and he does really creative guy. So, but you've seen him a lot in Lost Pages and Magic.
Okay.
My
Oh, we
dog.
had a few more people show up. What's up, Jason and Johnny Cage? Johnny Cage, that's my brother from another mother. El Padrino, hola. Thought I
Let me
saw an
take.
Amanda
Give me
in
just
here
a moment.
too.
My dog's going crazy about something. I'll be right back.
Hey, I got kids, man. I get it. Who else is over here? Aaron Calamari, what's up? Jeremy Burtz. Hey, chat, how's it going? What about? How do I miss a what about? You guys, this book is looking awesome. I'm super excited for Tales of Noveterra. I love the fantasy genre. It's when men were men and women were women. When he gets back, we'll talk about the rest of them. How is everybody in the chat tonight? Don't forget, 9 Eastern, we got Uncorked with Amanda B and me and Flying Feline and Mrs. Good Stuff over on Good Stuff channel. Now I've got silence.
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just
He only barks like that if
for tonight.
he only barks crazy like that if there's someone at the door or something going on. So he's a good alarm. He's loud. The bullhorn with legs.
No, I totally get it. I've got a kid that's over here running back and forth with her ball pit. So
Yeah, but Alan is a great artist. You would have saw him on Lost Pages and The Last Magic Cup.
okay,
Fantastic artist. Really cool work story he has. He has one of Galen, which is the old guy, and Doomfist with the beard. This is when he's younger. So he did a fantastic job. Fun story.
so all of these stories, is he progress? Is it gonna just like progress through his life?
Um, no, these are all stories that are like they could be one and dones. So, like if you don't know these characters, it's kind of an intro to them. So you don't really, like I said, you don't really need to know Doomfate. This
Okay,
could be, like I said, this could be your jumping off point. These are all kind of flashbacks and backgrounds on the characters, but they can also stand on their own. So some of them will have continued stories that I'll keep going. Like Armus, I got a bunch I want to do with him. Galen, I have a few, but his will be intertwined with Doomfate a little bit more.
okay.
You know, and this one's about the orcs in Doomfate. Particularly, there's a guy called War Commander Zoc, and this is War Commander Zog, his predecessor. So this the orcs don't necessarily. It's not easy to become a war commander. So this is how Zoc becomes war commander. Pretty
Now
brutal, cool orc story if you like orcs.
I noticed that Preston's doing the art on this one.
Yep, Preston Acevedo. It's everybody did a fantastic job, way above and beyond what I expected, and what.
I I love Preston's art. Nine Devils was a good book, so I'm super excited to see Preston working on this one.
Yeah, he did 8 pages. He did the longest story. So, and he really loved it. He loves this. He loves this story. He loves this book. Everybody was easy to work with this, and it was a collaborative process from beginning to end. I'm not Mister, write a script out real tight and everything. You got the panels got to look this way and this way. I just gave my outlines for the page, and you know, told the artists that what I liked, what I didn't like. I let them totally run with the ball. My job is just to create the play and make sure they executed it properly. That's it. I let them go out and do their thing. A lot of creators are very micromanaging. They got to watch, every panel's got to be perfect. But me, I just, first of all, pick the right people, and
Right.
then move on to I know what they can do. I know what all 4 of these guys can do. They're all
So,
published, easy to understand.
so you
And
have 4 different artists on this.
correct.
What
Yes.
made you want to go with 4 instead of like maybe 1 or 2?
That's how the old Conan the Barbarian books were. So you
So
have
you're
like,
really trying to take it back old school.
Somewhat, yeah, because I'd like to. These guys are all going to come back. They've all agreed to come back to do another book.
You
So,
hear that, chat? He's bringing it back.
yeah, the old Conan books had like a stable of artists that they always went back to,
Right.
and Buscema was one of them. He's like in every issue, and if he wasn't drawing it, he was probably inking it. Barry Windsor Smith, a lot of guys got their start in those Conan books. So I had the same like 3, 4 artists, upwards of 6 or 8 at one time, just rotating on the art. So that's what I'd like to do on every story, and it gives every story its own feel. Different styles gives its own feel. Like this orc story, Joe would have done a great job with it, but I think it fits Preston a lot more.
I can see that. I can see that. And like Preston's really good with like mystical monsters and stuff like that. And so I understand why you picked Preston for this one.
Yeah, it's each artist I picked, and they all said yes, which I'm lucky. I have other artists and other stories I would love them to do. I have a whole nother issue that I'm kind of working on too, not issue 2 already, and I have a bunch of artists for that picked out. So what I'd do is one issue would have these artists and these artists and the next artist, and then I'd keep rotating every other issue. So if you scroll back up, we also have regular stories down right there, traditional stories and regular prose.
Right.
They can sit and read. They're going to be fully illustrated, but not sequential work. And Edwin the Ace is doing one. Phil Diaz is doing one. Mark Middleton and Eddie Winkler. So it's kind of like a light novel, in Japan.
Right.
That kind of idea. Also, there was the old Conan started in a pulp fantasy magazine. That's how Conan started. Those
John
short stories.
Passion.
What's that?
John has a question for you.
Sure.
He says, as a writer, how much of the script do you see in your head before drawn? Does the disparity ever guide you?
I'm not really a writer. I'm a visual guy. So everything's in my head first. And then I kind of write notes down and maybe do some concept drawings. Then when it came time to like send these guys a script, I just gave them bullet points on what I wanted on each page. That was it. Because I know they think kind of the same way I do. They think visually. The writers
gave them creative freedom too.
Yeah, well, I think that's part of it. Is that what can get frustrating this is my personal experience. If you go with a writer or someone who has a vision for something, and then they want me to use my ability to put it on paper, we have to click. We have to have the same vision. And right. I think it's a collaborative process.
Well, you killed it on this one, man.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. Some writers and creators just hire artists to do a job, and then those artists do the job. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But me personally, for my projects, I want people where we click. Or if I'm doing a project with somebody, like when I work with Mark Middleton on Grave Robbers, him and I, we just clicked creatively, and it was a collaborative process. And same thing with Raging Golden Eagle. He gave me basically a lot of artistic freedom, and he told me where he was coming from, and we kind of clicked on it. His script was pretty like what I did, pretty bare bones. He just said, "Hey, change this. It's no big deal. It looks great." And that was a collaborative process too. So I
just want to point out here, because you mentioned it, I backed Grave Robbers, got it, and that thing was awesome.
No, thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
And I liked my I think I did a drawn interior and got a drawn picture from Passion. So
yes.
So I do own some Passion art.
Awesome.
Which was beautiful, by the way, man.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to be working on the second one here soon.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Yeah, I love it. You're still around and just putting them out.
So this is another piece of art. This is for Eddie's story.
Okay, that's the one I was going to ask you about, because I know the other 3 guys, but who's Eddie Winkler?
Eddie Winkler, he did Sovereign Wolf,
Okay, I know that one.
Chicago guy. Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
to
good guy
ask that, but I'm like, wait a
from my
minute.
hometown. Actually.
I knew the name, but I couldn't place it. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he's a hometown Chicago guy like me.
All right, in the role playing section.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a role playing game. It's gonna be about 3 to 4 hour role playing game. It's gonna be like an introduction. It's gonna be for levels 1 through 3. It actually hooks into Doomfate a little bit, but it's an adventure where your adventures go into a town, this town called Lone Home. And while you're there and you're doing all your basic adventuring, beginning stuff, the town is attacked and by an army of orcs. So it's not like you can fight them, but it's how you can escape and help others escape. That's
So
going to be
you're
the adventure.
what you're doing is you're pulling in other elements outside of just the comic itself. Like you've got
Right.
role playing, you've got the comic, you've got, you know, the old style storytelling.
Yeah.
I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's straight entertainment magazine. There's no articles or anything like that in there. It's all entertainment. Even if you're not into role playing games, you can just there'll be a story synopsis in the beginning, and you could just read that. It'll be about a page, and it'll kind of tell you what the story is. So, yeah, it's cool. Then there's also going to be creatures and monsters section, and they're monsters and creatures that are in the book earlier. I'm doing like a monster manual kind of deal where you can put them into your D&D campaign or whatever. There's a few giants. There'll be the Valerian orcs. You'll be able to do it. Valerians will be a playable race, stuff like that. So if you're into D&D as well, which most people are into fantasy stuff, usually are into D&D in some way or another. This is a cool addition for you. So,
Now let me ask you this: do you have this set up where you can like make more of these and like keep it going?
yes,
Okay.
I have a book of stories. So I'll give you a preview of the second issue. What I want to do. What if I could get every single manga artist in CG to do a book?
That would be awesome.
Well, I might be able to make it happen. So what I'd like to do for the second issue is it being an homage to Shonen Jump magazine, and we do like a whole. I have 5, 6 new characters that would be interwoven in the story. That wouldn't take place with Doomfate so much, but it'd be out in the bigger world, and it'd be new characters drawn in a manga way. And then we would do the stories too, and then we would do another role playing thing, and expand it out there, and then kind of go back to the Doomfate kind of characters and stuff. Classic fantasy. I'd like to do them every 4 months, 5 months.
That would be awesome.
But this is the first one. It's got to get funded to a certain level for me to start really get that train going the way I want it.
Right.
I mean, $5K will get us funded to get the book shipped out. But 5 figures would get the second book would be a guarantee. I get started on it right away. So it's about paying the artists.
Y'all in the chat, y'all hear that? Anyone watching this on replay, back this book so we can get it.
Yeah, I would love to do this on a regular basis. I have tons and tons of stories, and then bringing in other creators and artists and writers and stuff. Even more so.
What's the additional content? Is that the monsters you were talking about?
Well, there's going to be trading cards. There's going to be other art in the book. There's going to be pinups. There's going to be some fun fake advertisements in there. And then there's going to be a letters page and all this other stuff. So I got some other artists lined up to do some of that work. So Simon Poitier is going to do some sketches or some illustrations for the rest of the stories. Booty Juice is already, people might have seen the card. He's doing an art card. If you sign up for the mailing list, you're going to get a special art card that he's going to sign. It's going to be signed by him. So you can't get that in any other way. But then there'll be a different card. It's the same art, but a different card for one of the stretch goals. Brandon Diaz is going to do a little something for us. Gabriel, you saw him. He did one of the pieces for Eddie Winkler's story. Anthony Figueroa, if you'll scroll down his pieces in there, he's one of the stretch goals. Clayton Barton's a stretch goal. Shelby Robertson's a stretch goal. So And then there's other things going on. I'm talking to some other people right now. Man, we'll see. That's just, quite honestly, I'm out of money. So to pay everybody. So it's up to everybody out there. The more stuff we can get, the more it gets funded. More artists, more cool stuff I can give you.
So get it funded so we can get this stuff. Come on.
Yeah, so that poster is the first stretch goal once we get funded. This Joe Ball will be 11 by 17 piece he did. Fantastic piece he did. That'll be the first stretch goal.
I saw people sharing this around yesterday. Like it's a nice piece.
Yeah, he did that. That's 2 11 by 17 pieces of paper put together. He filled that entire thing up. It's 22 by 17. It's crazy.
Wow.
I'll trade you. I'm sure you'd rather have my dog.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Passion. I'm so sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Hey, I had a dog.
Keep talking. Talk about Anthony Figueroa.
Okay. Anthony Figueroa, he did a piece for me. He's doing one of the stretch campaigns. He's doing a trading card, as you can see here. So I'll talk to him, see how other ways we can use it. But I colored this one, and he did a fantastic job. Anthony's a good guy. Really good. He's doing really well on TikTok. What's up, Phil? Hey, Phil's there. Hey, what's up, Phil? See, Amanda's still here. Phil with 2 L's. Yeah, every time I write Phil's name, it actually makes me autocorrect it because it has 2 L's. So he's spelling it wrong according to autocorrect.
Okay.
So yeah, Phil's doing a writing piece in here. His story's pretty cool. Yeah, all the writers did some cool stories, so I think people will enjoy those.
Are there any examples of that any of the?
Not right now. Yeah, not right now. They're short. They're only going to be about 2 pages. So, but I can give you what each one of them are about. Phil's is about like kind of the day in the life of a person who runs a magic shop. In it, pretty cool story. Eddie Winkler's is about a day in the life of the huntsman. Kind of ties into Doomfist a little bit. He made up those 2 characters fighting a hooded figure. It's a pretty cool story. Mark Middleton did one about the huntsman, what it means to be a huntsman. They're kind of like rangers, kind of like Aragorn is, or Legolas. Right. So kind of like how they work out. And then there's another guardsman story by Ace. And guardsmen are kind of like the knights or the samurai of barbarians. They kind of they protect everything. They have sworn honor and all that stuff. So very important. So he does a story about that. And they're all like, not long reads, sit down, right. 10, 15-minute read, 20-minute reads.
Why don't we talk about your tiers here and what all we get with them?
I know, I'm crying. It's so amazing. This book's too. Oh, tears. Yes. You mean tears as in?
No. You're so
pretty
funny.
Cool, greater than very cool.
But the featured tier is a deluxe tier. What all do you get with that?
Sure. It's going to be, some of these say 40 plus pages. It's 48 pages. So I did the count. It's definitely going to be a minimum 48. The deluxe, what you get is you get the magazine. You get a sketch card by myself, a black and white sketch card of a random character in the book. If you message me and you want something specific, I might have time to do it. But it's really going to be random. And my sketch cards go for $25 anyway. So you're already getting like a free magazine out of the deal. So, and a piece of art. Then you'll get all the stretch goals that get unlocked. Okay. Some people like the stretch goals, some people don't. That's the way it is, and then you'll get bagged and boarded. You'll be in maybe a nicer packaging kind of situation.
Now, are you doing Gemini mailers? Or are you making your own boxes?
No, can't do this Gemini mailers. They don't come in 8.5 by 11.
Do they not? Do they not fold out to that?
No, they're only comic book size. But I don't like Gemini. Personally, I don't like Gemini mailers. I've gotten several books that have been bent. The stuff I use, I get it from Uline. It's double the thickness
Okay.
of a Gemini mailer, and we pad it up. We put padding in it and stuff, bubble wrap and everything.
I'm just gonna say I've backed your other books and I've never received one damage. So, but I
It,
don't remember. I didn't remember if you used Gemini mailers before or not.
no, I don't. They tend to in a I personally, these ones I got, they're designed for like real thick textbooks and stuff.
Okay.
So they're a lot thicker and a lot stronger. Also, again, like I said, I don't think they make them in a size for magazines. So they weren't designed for that. They're designed for comic books. And this is not comic book size. This is bigger. So, and then I personally don't like, and they're harder to manage. So I have a nice fold system, and then we bag and board, and we put in everything in bubble wrap. So I have not. I think maybe I have one that kind of got weirdly bent somehow, some way, but never. I've never had a complaint. So
I couldn't complain.
you got to
Everything I've
complain.
ever gotten from you has been great. So
Yeah.
and I'm here to testify. I'm testifying.
Yeah, I shipped my coloring books in them. Not one problem on any of them.
Man, those coloring books were awesome.
Big thick coloring book, yeah.
You have a digital tier on here. What made you want to do a digital?
Shipping rates to Europe are ridiculous.
True that. I did
So
something back in December and it was like $36 to the UK.
yeah, and I want those people to at least be able to read the content and get it. I'm not worried about people steal my stuff, put it on the internet. That's just not going to happen, really. So there's a digital tier. There's no shipping. There's no physical books. So I can put it at $15. And if you're too far away and it's going to cost, I tried to make the shipping as cheap as I could on here. It's probably cheaper than most campaigns. But it's still expensive. It's nearly double. It's nearly doubling the price.
Amanda V says that I'm a happily satisfied Passion customer too. See, we're testifying here. We know what Passion can do.
Yeah, Amanda bought some art and stuff from me, so she got that all nicely packaged. Like I think actually what hers, because I packaged it the way I did, it was like raining that day and the box got wet, but I packaged the art and stuff pretty much waterproof and it didn't get damaged. So yeah, shipping is everything. So I do ship things the best I can.
John says, do they try to vet the digital in Europe? That's a good question.
I don't think so. Because what I usually do is I put it on a website and then people just download it. I give everybody what happens, I just give them a free code.
So you give them access, basically.
Yeah.
But
you
no, that's a
set the
good question, John, because I didn't even think about the VAT tax on digital media.
Yeah, they do actually. Everybody taxes everything now.
Pellery says Passion has never personally served me, but I'm sure he's great. And he's got
my wife has no complaints.
Do what?
So my wife has no complaints.
There you go, Pill Rider. Okay, let's go to this next tier.
Okay.
So it's the book. It's the standard book.
Some people don't want all the extras. They don't want all the extra stuff. They don't want trading cards. They don't want none of it. This is just it. It's $5 cheaper and the shipping is a little cheaper. So, and it's just going to be put in a real nice stiff mailer, padded up real good, bagged and boarded and sent to you. No fancy this or that.
And the epic tier is the one we talked about earlier where you get everything.
Yeah, you get the Doom Fate and you get some prints with it. And you get basically the deluxe version of this book too. Because there's not many copies left of the first edition. Because the second edition will have a different cover. I'll offer that on Doom Fate 2 for everybody to do catch up. I might think about someone else to do the cover, or I might do a whole new cover. I don't know yet. So it depends on who. There's people I'd love to do the cover in CG, but I don't think they'll do it. So, I'd love to have a Dale Keown version of Doom Fate cover. That'd be amazing.
Should I pull up Doom Fate so people can see?
Sure.
Let me pull it up here, and because maybe some people don't know about Doom Fate and they want to know more about it too.
No problem.
Since it ties into Tales of Noveterra.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not required. It's like
Passion, I'm trying to help you get that $60 tier sold. Come on.
Yeah, there's also 5 copies in the add-ons. There's some add-ons in the back too. There's the trading cards from Doom Fate. They're in there, but you get a full color sketch card out of that for $30. You can buy some more prints there for $10, and you can buy. There's like 5 copies of the first printing of Doom Fate if you just want just the book, but you got to buy something first to be able to get it. So, then you can buy multiple extra copies if you want. Those are in the add-ons as well. I want to offer people as much as I could, but I want to keep everything simple and streamlined.
Okay. Gotta go on, man. Keep that momentum going. Everybody needs to go back to this book.
Yes, please go back to the book. It's very good.
All right.
Did you find it? There it is. Yeah. So that book was done.
Are you looking at your screen right now?
Yeah.
Is there a line going down the screen where I'm sharing?
Just where I can. No, not really.
Okay, I have a line in this lap. I'm using a different laptop tonight, and there's a line going down the middle. I'm like, I wonder if everybody else is seeing the line or if it's just me.
It's just you.
Okay, let's talk about some Doom Fate a little bit.
Sure.
So we can sell that $60 tier.
Yeah, so Doom Fate is a 60-page graphic novel I did. Started 2 years ago, and it went out. I shipped it like almost a year ago. So it's a book about, it's a sword and sorcery book. It's about a clan of barbarians who live in a place called Valerium, which is a valley, this huge valley, and they all honor something called the Fates, which it's broken down into the guardsman, the huntsman, the mystic, and the tradesman. And this was kind of my first book. My art has improved actually quite a bit since this. So I've put out some previews of the second book. I think the art's like much, much better. But the second book's going to be coming up. But it's an epic fantasy tale. It's got giants and orcs and monsters and swords and blood and all kinds of stuff. If you like Berserk, you like Dungeons and Dragons, you like all those things. This is a cool book to go at. And Armus here he's the character that Doodlebags drew, but he's much younger at the time. He's about 40-ish in Doom Fate. So the book that Doodle did, he did him when he was like 20. So he was a young lad. So like it's a good way to see some background of the characters. There's also if you click on some of the other ones on there, the other character ones.
Okay.
The one, yeah. So that's Galen. That's the one that Alan Alonso's doing. The guy's walking up the mountain and the city's in the back. This is Galen when he's older, but the story we're doing in the book is him younger. He's about 20 or so. So that's his story, and it's how he gets those scars on his chest. So pretty cool. He's a badass spear fighter. He's really good with spears.
So let's go over here to Tales of Noveterra. Oh,
okay.
I'm trying to share like 2 different screens here. I was like, wait a minute, y'all can't see that. Never mind.
Hey, it's Michael Bancroft. Hey, what's up, Bancroft? What's going on? I'm juggling as many balls as I can, Mike.
What's up, Michael Bancroft? Stop making your woman mow the yard.
Actually, she needs to do more.
Dang,
keep on her toes.
Dang.
Well, I mean, she's part German and she's also French. She's got to make sure she doesn't do any invading or anything like
For real though, Michael Bancroft, I hope you are doing okay over there.
that. Lola pulling an EBS. Yeah, and then there's the next character one. If you click on that, that's actually War Commander Zoc. That is the story that Preston's doing about how this character becomes the War Commander and how the beginning of how see that head around his neck. It's kind of the beginning on how he gets that. So he's a pretty cool character, and he's important in Doomfist later on. But he's kind of my Darth Vader, I guess. Really, sort of. More like let's see, it's more. Yeah. Well,
I don't want to say
he's more like Darth Maul.
I don't want to give anything away. I want people to be interested and go buy it.
Yes.
And they can get it with their Tales of Noveterra.
She wants a nice. I don't make her. She wants a nice yard. Yeah. So what Michael does, like, yeah, if you want a nice yard, go do it yourself. Good point. Bancroft's smart. He just let the grass grow till like forever.
And of course, as a good wife, she's like, yeah, I need a nice yard. I don't want people thinking that, what is it that you call the rednecks there, Michael Bancroft?
Bogans.
Bogans?
Yeah.
They don't want people thinking Bogans live at their house.
Usually they just have cars and stuff in front.
Sounds like people I know from where I'm from.
Yeah, when Bancroft moves to America, get a nice few acres that'll tire Mel out.
Bless her heart. She's gonna be like, we have to have a house with a half an acre. That's it, nothing more.
Yeah, I have a pretty kick-ass trailer too. We made for it. Well, I made it.
You made the trailer?
Yep. It's pretty kick-ass.
Okay. What else do you want to tell us about it, Passion?
It's a pretty cool book. I don't think anybody's doing anything like it in CG. I think if you're into sword and sorcery kind of books, if you're into really cool art, this book's got it for you. It's got it covered on all fronts. I know it's not superheroes, but it's got, and the characters are really well thought out. I think everybody will like the stories. I'm a little bit biased, but I think this book is pretty kick-ass. I would buy the hell out of this if I wasn't involved in it. So everybody worked really hard on it. They really stepped up and back it. I don't think anybody will be unhappy with it. It'll be a really good book, and it's going to come out pretty fast. I put July on there. Yeah, that's the last thing I want to talk about. The turnaround on this book is going to be pretty quick. I put July on there because printing issues, right now everybody's having them. Hopefully that'll get taken care of. I put July on there. I wouldn't be surprised though. I can start doing it in May or June if we can get. Right now we're all really in edits and a few pieces of art. In lettering. Got to do the lettering on those don't take a whole long time. So month, maybe 2, and then get everything edited and proofed, and then the printers, doing the proof and printer could take 2 months. So I give myself a little extra time. And but I wouldn't be
give yourself that extra buffer just in case, because you never know what's going to come up.
Yeah, right. So I want to do it, and hey, it could be late by a month or 2, but I don't think so, because all the really hard work is done. It's just a few pieces of art and editing that needs to be done at this point. So I'm not waiting on art. I'm not waiting on stories. I'm not waiting on anything. Everything's just being edited.
Backers are not going to have to wait 2 years for it. So that's the good news.
Well,
That's the good news here.
Yeah, you're going to get it pretty quick. And I think everybody's going to like it. And then if we can get it quick and we can get it funded to a level, I can start on the next book right away. Once that first payment comes in, I could start getting the other artists. I already got people lined up. So we can start getting them going on their stories. And then hopefully going to Doomfist 2, get that funded, and then going right into the next Tales of Noveterra book.
You planning on working yourself to death, ain't you?
Well, I'm an old man, I'm 50,
I ain't
so
old. Come on.
50's old.
Nah.
Um,
70's old.
so I don't have a whole lot of time running out of daylight. So I want to get my ideas out there, and I think I have some cool ones. I just got to get people to buy them. So I think everybody enjoyed this book. If you like Doom Fate, this is a no-brainer. If you like fantasy stuff and you just like cool comics, please consider this. It's a really cool project.
You heard
Really,
him. You heard him in the chat, y'all. Y'all go
please.
spread the word. Spread the word about Tales of Noveterra. Get people to back this. Um, when when we're ending, I'll play the trailer to play us out. So,
Okay, that's cool.
that way everybody can see the awesome art and story in the
Sounds
trailer.
good. Do you have any questions about it, Lola? I know you like.
I'm a Conan fan. I'm a huge Conan fan, so I'm looking forward to this because it does bring back that sword and sorcery magazines. Um, I'm excited for it. I'm excited and I want to get it funded. Like, I want people to go out and share this because, like, this is how we do it, right? Like, you
Yeah,
know,
I can come on to just about every show. I can get on just about every show and talk the book up and everything. But it's really up to the community and the fans and stuff of this kind of stuff and in Comicsgate to help propel it. I
and
can't.
you're right. We don't have these things. Like, we don't have these kind of magazines anymore.
Yeah,
I don't see these magazines when I go to the comic shop.
yeah.
You know,
And I want to build this into a regular magazine and then maybe do a horror version or a sci-fi version. That would be cool. And then, or I want this to roll into a role-playing game system. I have ideas for that. A whole world of Noveterra. I want to be able to do. It's called Crypt Breaker. Would be the name of the role-playing game. But the world in that is Noveterra. It takes place in Noveterra. So I'm
right?
already working on all that stuff. I got notes and drawings and ideas for all that stuff. But I can't. I guess I could do it all myself, but
I like
it's
the fact that you've plotted this out, you've planned it out, and you've got such big ideas for it. Like, I want to see it happen. So come on, people, let's make it happen.
yeah. I got a horror. Yeah, Amanda, I have a horror book. I already have 6 stories written for it. One of them, I'll tell you a little aspect of one of them. It's about a guy gets a dog, a pug, and it's called Man's Best Friend, and it's about pug and demons. So it's a pretty cool story. So it just this kind of old school horror um, aspect, like how they would have the host in the book, the creepy guy. In this one, it's my severed head throughout the whole book talking. So it's a pretty cool book. If I'm going to do self insert, it might as well be my big fat head. So, um, but yeah, there's just that I have a whole ideas for that. I have sci-fi ones. I got a couple ideas for that. Um, which is that's not my genre so much, but it would be cool to get a bunch of people in on that. So that's what these magazines were back in the day, 50s, 60s, 70s, these magazines of different pulp stuff. And I would love to do all that stuff. If that's all I did was publish magazines and stuff, that would be great. That would be fun. Um,
Well,
but
I
I could,
gotta say, I like the fact that you're pulling in other people from the community to work on these things.
yeah, I mean, these guys are all really busy with their main work, but they were all very nice to do a page here, a page there. You know, they're all really busy people because they're in demand. So this was over a year. I mean, I had Pat do the first pages back of October of 2020. So it's been a year.
Uh,
Um,
Can someone in the chat tell me if 24 Eyes here has owls? Because it's just showing up as squares for me.
yeah, it's owls.
I figured, but I didn't want to guess it though.
But yeah, I like to do more. It's up to the community though, and the backers and how many I can pull. I'm not the most popular guy, but I think this is a really, really good product. I think it's a really, really good book. I think I think people are going to be really happy with it. So, and I'd love to do more. I'm here to make stuff for everybody. So, let me do it. Please let me do it.
So you heard him. Anyone watching this on replay or in the chat right now, I've got the link in the description, and I will also post it in the chat right now, so people can go back it once, back it twice, back it many times, friends, because it's definitely going to be worth it. You will not be disappointed.
No.
I can definitely say that for certain. 100,000%.
Yeah, I think Doomfist was well received.
Passion. I love the books that I got from Passion. I even got the coloring book, y'all. I got the was it Tales from Missar or
Missar's Menagerie of Monsters? Yes.
There we go. I'm not gonna try to say that 10 times fast. But I got the coloring book, and I love that coloring book. Oh my god, the fantasy monsters in that thing, awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to be opening a shop soon, and then after this 60 days here, I'll be opening a shop. You'll be able to pick up the coloring book and some other stuff that I've done on a
like
regular
an
basis.
online
So I'll have
shop,
my own
or
stuff. Yeah, it'll be Shopify. I'm going to be going through. So
okay.
I do stuff on TikTok, and that's kind of doing really well. And Shopify integrates with TikTok, and so we can do a lot of cool stuff.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I was going to ask if you were running a 60-day or a 30-day.
It's going to be 30 and 30. So,
okay.
Yeah. So we try to do that.
Just keep the life in it, y'all. Keep it going.
Yes.
Rolling. All right. I'm going to play this trailer, and we're going to be out. Does that sound good, Passion?
Sounds good to me.
Everybody had a good Friday night. Go over to Good Stuff Comic Skaters channel, because we're going to be doing Uncorked at 9 p.m. Eastern. Going back Tales of Noveterra, and get that $60 tier, because it has Doomfist if you didn't get it. You won't be sorry. And remember, it's a limited copy. So
yeah, that cover is not coming back. That's
right now he's got 20 of them left up there. Go get it. Okay, let me get up here. See what I'm doing. Let's see. Hold on. Big.
Did you hit audio?
I thought I did. I paused it for a second. There we go.
Who's that? Tales.
Everybody see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone did another video?
Can we hear it?
Yes.